Never before in the history of the world have humans been exposed to such a magnitude of chemicals, toxins, and pollution. And they are having devastating effects on our health. In this presentation, we are going to look at how this toxicity can impact our health and keep us from experiencing the vitality we so desire, and a 21-day approach to help bring you back to a more youthful level of this health and vitality. Some of it we can see, some of it we can't see. Air pollution's at an all-time high. Water pollution fouls our beaches, rivers, and streams. This is what was reported in 1989 according to the EPA. This is just the top 100 chemicals out of over 100,000, and just in the U.S. 550 million pounds of industrial chemicals were dumped into public sewage. 1 billion pounds of chemicals were released into the ground. 188 million pounds of chemicals were just dumped in rivers and lakes. Almost 2.5 trillion pounds of air emissions. This is a total of almost 6 trillion pounds of chemicals dumped in the U.S. in 1 year. Never before in the history of the world have we been exposed to these kind of toxins. Toxins can now be found all over the earth, even sadly in the ice of the North and South Pole. In fact, interestingly too, polar bears are dying from eating seals that are in essence becoming a storage site for toxins. Remember, toxins store in the fat. In addition to this, watch this news clip about the Inuit people in Greenland, how their bodies now are becoming so toxic that their tissues can be classified as hazardous waste.
Arctic natives are suffering from toxic industrial chemicals carried north by wind, ocean, and river currents, which are polluting the traditional food of native Arctic peoples in Greenland and Canada. The pollutants, including PCBs and up to 200 other hazardous compounds, are first consumed by zooplankton, then travel up the food chain to the ocean-dwelling and then land mammals. Concentrations of chemicals and pesticides in the bodies of Greenland's Inuit people are so high that their tissues can be classified as hazardous waste.
Chemicals really are all around us. They're in paints, cleaners, solvents, dry cleaning. It's important to recognize this and to cut back our exposure as much as possible. Here are a couple of alternatives to some of the chemicals you might be currently using in your home. Orange Guard, natural orange peel in water. It repels bugs. They do not want to come into your home. I've used it for over 2 years in my house with excellent results. You can also go to www.dirtdoctor.com with Howard Garrett, and you'll find an amazing array of natural alternatives to a lot of the fertilizers and chemicals people use around their home. Now regarding inside your home, go to a health food store close to you that carries natural cleaning products. Investigate these and start making the change as soon as possible. Remember, we want 2 things: cut back your exposure and build your body's ability to clear these chemicals so they do not try to store and cause tissue damage. On the back of your toxicity questionnaire is a risk of exposure questionnaire, and I encourage you to fill this out and see where you can start to make changes in your life to cut back on this toxic exposure. Another area that we need to discuss is that we are in serious dietary trouble in America. Our lifestyle, pasteurization of milk, bleaching of grains and wheat, our artificial or fake sugars, fake altered oils, trans fats, hydrogenated fats, artificial colors and additives are all laying waste to our health. Soft drinks. Well, one of the active ingredients in soft drinks is phosphoric acid. It's a very acid pH, and it leaches minerals out of your teeth and your bone and your connective tissue. And it has to do that to alkalize that very acid state. But there are worse things about Coke even than the acid. Did you know that just 75 grams of glucose can knock your immune system down by 50%? And it takes 5 hours for that to come back to normal. This principle applies to more than colas. It applies to any food that is high in just pure glucose. Well, you might be surprised at the level of sugar your diet contains. Let's look at a video demonstration.
What I'm going to show you is that your body turns carbohydrate food into sugar. Let's start with a typical breakfast of cereal, toast, orange juice, and a banana. Cereal has about 1/4 cup of sugar. Toast has about 1/4 cup of sugar. Orange juice has about 1/4 cup of sugar. Banana has about 1/8 cup of sugar, and that's just breakfast. Let's say around 10 a.m. you get hungry, so you have a snack. Let's say you have a fruit on the bottom yogurt. This fruit on the bottom, low-fat yogurt, has a whopping 1/4 cup of sugar. And for lunch, let's say you're watching your weight, so you have a skinned chicken breast, baked potato, and some bread. There is no sugar in the chicken, but the potato has a heaping 1/4 cup of sugar in it. And the bread also has 1/4 cup of sugar in it. So now 3 o'clock rolls around and you're feeling a bit tired, so you have a few pieces of candy and a soda pop. The candy is about 1/4 cup of, you got it right, sugar. And the soda is about 1/4 cup of sugar as well. Now for dinner, you're a good low-fat dieter and you're really trying to do the right thing, so all you eat is pasta. Pasta, bread, and a soda. In the pasta again is about 1/4 cup of sugar. The bread, another 1/4 cup. And the soda, about 1/4 cup of sugar. Now are you getting the picture? Look at all this sugar in the foods you're eating. Incredible, isn't it? Keep in mind now that these spikes of sugar demand a spike in insulin to push all this sugar out of your bloodstream. Now that's just one day's worth. Multiply that by 365 days, and then by how old you are, and you should be getting the picture of why most of us have had such a hard time losing weight and why many of us suffer from such a variety of health ailments.
Isn't that incredible? In this 21-day program, we're going to start with detoxifying a lot of this out of our lifestyle or diet, out of our bodies, the fat cells, and connective tissue. And we're going to put back in some of those fruits and vegetables that are missing in our diet that help us to start to detoxify on a daily basis more effectively, even after the detoxification program. Let's take a look now at a few patient testimonials, people just like you, and see what results they achieved on their 21-day program. Carol H. down in Mansfield, Texas. I wanted to inform you of how my life has changed since detox. You told me it would, but I was skeptical at best. Notice here, she was at a point where she felt like she had no life. Exhausted, constantly in pain, depressed because she couldn't lose weight. She was taking approximately 50 to 75 extra-strength Tylenol and 40 to 50 Excedrin every week because her joints hurt so badly. She would literally come home every day, sit in her chair, and sometimes fall asleep until the next day. That all changed the first week she was on detox. She said, "For the first time in years, I slept soundly through the night. Not that fitful, restless sleep, but deep, solid sleep all night long. Her ankles and hands have stopped swelling. Her headaches went away. And now she had unbelievable energy. She said, I felt like the fog in my head had lifted and I could think more clearly. She now comes home from work, cooks a healthy dinner, spends quality time with her teenage daughter, and she's actively involved with extracurricular activities. She even has enough energy to exercise. And get this, she says, I no longer take any pain medication. I mean nothing. I don't need my prescription diuretic, and I lost 26 pounds in 3 weeks. That is incredible. I have continued to maintain this healthy lifestyle since the purification, and I feel better than I have in at least 10 years. Thank you for the opportunity to feel great and live my life again." We hear this kind of response very frequently. Let's take a look at another one. August 2006. Walking all over Poland on vacation was a great way to walk off the energy I gained by doing the standard process detoxification and cleanse program. The last 21-day program was the fourth one in a 2-year period where I lost 33 pounds overall. At almost 76 years old, no huffing and puffing, and 33 pounds lighter made my sightseeing by foot all the more enjoyable. Did wear out the heels of my dress shoes on the cobblestone streets, though, and finally had to buy some sneakers. H. Coles. Here's one, a friend of mine, Tom A. Before, his cholesterol was 263. In fact, his cholesterol had been high or considered high by his doctor for many, many years and was recommending statin drugs. He finished his detoxification September 15th, and notice his cholesterol went from 263 down to 178, his triglycerides from 181 to 107, and his LDL cholesterol from 174 to 107. You might be thinking, these numbers are too good to be true, they just can't be. Well, I encourage you to get your blood tested at the end of the program. And the nice thing is, if you'll maintain these good, healthy lifestyle tips that you learn through this program, you can maintain healthy cholesterol levels. In fact, there's a lot of interesting things to be learned about cholesterol and why it may or may not elevate. And we'll discuss that in a different DVD. Let's take a look at the organs of detoxification. The lungs, lymphatic, skin, blood, thyroid, colon, kidneys, and liver. All of these organs require specific vitamins, minerals, and enzymes to be able to efficiently mobilize these toxins or pollution out of the body and onto the skin, where you can sweat them out or breathe them out through the lungs or urinate them away or defecate them away into the stool. A good detoxification program focuses on rebuilding organ vitality and function for the future so that you now are able to clear toxins at a more efficient rate. A good detoxification program also focuses on sealing up or repairing a damaged gut, what we call leaky gut. Let's take a look. Here is a good example of a good, strong, healthy gut with very, very tight colon cells. We call those colonocytes. The average distance there is about 1 to 3 microns. To put that in perspective, a red blood cell is about 7 to 8 microns in width. Now take a look at what we call leaky gut. These colon cells go from 1 to 3 microns in distance to 2 to 300 microns. So you can imagine the debris that leaks through, causing all sorts of immune reactions. There are many well-known conditions that are scientifically documented to be connected to this very condition called leaky gut. Autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, a lot of your food allergies, in fact, over 80-90% of your food allergies are simply leaky gut. And of course, it's a major source of toxicity. What things lead to this leaky gut? Drinking too much coffee, too much alcohol, too much sugar, not enough fruits and vegetables, especially organically grown. Chronic use of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, Advil, have been shown in scientific literature to be connected and causing a leaky gut. Now, the liver plays a primary role in removing toxins or poisons from your body. To help you understand what liver detoxification is like, the simple analogy of the oil filter in the engine of your car seems to work really well. If this filter is not changed regularly, what happens? It becomes dirty, starts becoming blocked, starts to cause all sorts of malfunction, and eventually engine breakdown. In essence, this is what happens in the body. If your liver is not supported to constantly remove these toxins from your bloodstream, it can lead to a variety of symptoms, oftentimes not even identified as being related to each other, let alone related to toxicity. What helps to change the oil filter or to help this liver filter better? Well, the very whole food products included in the 21-day purification program by Standard Process, and the dietary choices that you are now going to make. Well, it's time. Let's begin your 21-day purification program. Hippocrates once said, "The natural force within each one of us is the greatest force in getting well." That is so true. This 21-day purification program is just such an opportunity. By completely dedicating yourself and following all of the guidelines of your recommended program, you are reaching out to tap into this powerful healing force within each one of us. In your mind's eye, see yourself making it faithfully all 21 days and feeling better than you have in years. Once this is firmly set and you're committed mentally, your body will follow very simply. What should you expect in the first few days of your program? 1. Frequency of urination may increase as the body is flushing poisons out of your system. This is natural as the body starts to burn fat and normal insulin levels drop. This will level out after a few days. You'll also likely notice increased bowel movements. Again, this is a normal response to increased clearing of poisons. In some instances, some people will experience a throbbing sensation in the head, generalized aches, itchy skin, or even a little fatigue. Now bear in mind, these are just a normal response to clearing away poisons or toxicity in your system. And generally, these symptoms pass quickly, and once they do, you should start to feel better than you've felt in many years. After these first few days of not feeling 100%, you should start to feel better than you have in a long time. Patients report changes in the following areas: headaches, fatigue, allergies, joint and muscle pain, edema, or that puffiness around the eyes, or even holding onto water throughout the body, anxiety, depression, and stress, hormonal instability, skin rashes and acne, sleep problems, and yes, even weight gain. It's amazing to me to see how forgiving the human body is. Even after years of abuse, I am blown away to see a very common experience where people 21 days later have 60 to 70% of those symptoms removed. Please fill this toxicity questionnaire out both before and after. Now put your name, put the date on it, and just go through each of those sections, total them up, and then put your grand total on the front. Remember, the backside is toxic exposure risk, so keep that score too. But we are primarily interested in this front score, and this is where it gets real exciting at the end of the program to see scores drop 60, 70, 80, 90% sometimes, and very important, so don't miss out on that opportunity. Make sure you have the following products and are ready to go. Don't worry if your clinician, by the way, alters one or two of these products based on your special needs. SP Complete, 1 to 2 containers. SP Green Food, 1 bottle. SP Cleanse, 1 bottle. Gastrofiber, 1 bottle. And either tuna oil omega-3 from Standard Process, cod liver oil, or you can use flaxseed oil. Your clinician will direct you here. Gymnema tablets, 1 bottle. That's to knock out your carbohydrate cravings. Whey protein or brown rice protein or an egg white protein, and of course the 24-page printed guide to help walk you through this program. We're going to walk you through the product protocol now, and I want to spend just a few moments to take you into what each of these products are doing for you and why they're so important. It goes way, way, way beyond this, but this gives you a little understanding of why you're supplementing on top of the diet. First is SP Complete. Delivers powerful nutrient complexes to promote cellular health and the healthful function of the heart, the liver, the kidneys, the blood, the lymph, the skin, the bowels, all your organs. Next, SP Cleanse. It enlists the detoxifying properties of 20 different whole foods and botanicals in a vegetarian nutritional supplement. The phytonutrients, phyto is Greek for plant, nutrients, from these sources help the body to clear toxicity that originates both from in our environment as well as those we talked about produced inside our body. So it helps to maintain healthy liver detox function, kidney function, gastrointestinal function, lymph, and blood as well. Next is gastrofiber. It comes from the cell walls of plants and has specific effects on different areas of your gastrointestinal tract. Gastrofiber contains phytonutrients from psyllium, collinsonia root, apple pectin, fennel seed, and fenugreek seed. Basically, the function here is to help cleanse and lubricate the intestines. It encourages regular elimination. It helps to promote a proper pH of your intestinal tract and provides an optimal environment for the natural growth of friendly intestinal bacteria, which are vital to many areas of your health. SP Green Food. SP Green Food is made up of 5 organically grown whole food concentrates, Brussels sprouts, kale, buckwheat, and barley grass. In addition to their natural bioavailability, these foods contain vitamins, minerals, enzymes, many other unknown to date nutrients that operate in a symphony of synergistic balance. Just a few of the benefits here are increased detoxification support, and they help to clear away old damaged cells from the body. Here are the directions for your program. SP Complete, 2 scoops twice per day. Now you can have 4 or 5 shakes per day if you'd like, but you have to have at least 2 scoops twice per day. Gastrofiber, 3 capsules 3 times per day. Tuna oil omega-3, 2 pearls twice per day. If you use flax or cod liver oil liquid, use about a tablespoon twice per day. If you get the capsules, use 2 capsules twice per day. SP Cleanse, 7 capsules 3 times per day. Now notice here, this entire bottle will be finished in 7 days. Now that means you're taking 21 capsules per day for the 7 days. Once that bottle is finished, you begin SP Green Food and take 5 capsules twice per day, or just 10 at one time. If you're not a pill swallower, just dump all of these capsules into your shake 2 or 3 times a day, and you don't have to swallow many pills. Finally, Gymnema tablets. This is the one that knocks out your cravings for carbohydrates, sugar, bread, pasta, candy, Cokes, things like that. Works excellent. 1 tablet 3 times per day. Cravings should diminish quickly. In order to ensure that your energy levels stay high and that you do not lose muscle in the program, I would like you to add 1 of 3 proteins. Now, my favorite is the first one, whey protein. If you're allergic or sensitive to whey, you can use brown rice protein or even egg white protein. Not long term, just the first 10 days primarily until you start to add meat back. Make sure the protein has no added sugars, chemicals, colors, etc. Here are the dietary guidelines for days 1 through 10. You can eat as many fruits and vegetables as you'd like, but what's very important is that you eat twice as many vegetables as you do fruit. If your goal is weight loss, you might even cut the fruit back a little more. On those vegetables, 50% should be raw. The other half can be steamed, lightly steamed 3 or 4 minutes till they're still crisp, or even stir-fried with butter. Try and choose organic vegetables. They have a higher nutrient density and will amplify the program significantly. Butter is not only fine to use, but highly suggested. Try to get unsalted and organic butter, but please no processed oils like vegetable oil, no margarine, no corn oil, no safflower, no canola. But any oil that is unprocessed from whole foods is fine. Just be careful, no hydrogenated oils. Here are your approved beverages. You can drink all the green tea you'd like. Now, there's no coffee, no alcohol, no tobacco, obviously, in the program. If you are a coffee drinker, you know you're going to get a headache, you can brew a little coffee, take a few sips only until that headache goes away, and then just switch over to green tea. No milk or dairy added, by the way. Now, very important is there's no cola, no soda pop in this program. You can use mineral water and juice, half and half if you'd like, but no cola. Salad dressing is allowed. However, I strongly suggest that you make your own. It's easy and fast. Here are 3 examples: basic vinaigrette, Dijon olive oil dressing, and a tahini dressing. You can also just use olive oil and apple cider vinegar. The key is no sugar, no high fructose corn syrup, no hydrogenated fats. Remember, no soy, no dairy, no wheat, no corn, egg, etc. If you have rheumatoid arthritis, you might try eliminating at least the main 4 nightshade vegetables, and those are tomatoes, potatoes, which you're not having anyway, eggplant, and then peppers. At the end of the program, you can try adding in 1 per week and see how you do on it, but for right now, eliminate those. White potatoes and corn are not allowed in the program. Not that they're not healthy, but they are problematic for some people, so we'll avoid those for now. However, sweet potatoes are very healthy and are allowed. If you're trying to lose weight, keep your sweet potato consumption to about 1 per day. Feel free to put butter on it and cinnamon and enjoy it. A special note to you, please do not cheat yourself out of the highest possible chance for an amazing outcome by eating some non-approved foods. Here's the point. As your body starts to clear away food allergies, or what we call food antigens or protein antigens, from your bloodstream, as well as toxins that have been in storage, it now has the opportunity to seek out current, even chronic health issues and try to resolve them. So if you return to those foods that are inflammatory for you, your body now has to go back to the old days and function at a suboptimal level. So please don't do that. Now for days 11 to 21. Continue the diet, but you may now add in some meat, preferably fish, once, maybe twice per day. The amount should be the size and thickness of your palm. Try to choose ocean fish like deep sea cod or salmon. Avoid local lake fish, do not fry. And I don't mind if you even have some organic chicken, turkey, or even a little organic red meat. Try to eat only free-range, antibiotic-free, hormone-free as well. Baking or roasting is definitely preferred to frying or even grilling. For deeper purification and increased weight loss and cancer-fighting nutrients, concentrate on the cruciferous vegetables, things like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, turnips, rutabaga, etc. Now, if you have hypothyroidism, you might want to steam these. That removes a lot of that goiterogenic, we call it, effect or slowing up of the thyroid. So enjoy those vegetables stir-fried with butter. Here are some real-world tips to help you make the program a success. One is plan ahead at least some of your meals so that you're not stuck just looking around the house for something to eat. Another thing is you may want to throw away some of the junk food or carbs that you have in your house right now to remove the temptation. See the recipe guide, days 1 through 10. That's the hardest part because you're making a dietary shift. You're not eating meat yet. So make sure to plan those days out. Eating out is also possible on this program, but you'll have to think about it. Remember, steamed vegetables with butter, not margarine. If you're looking at vegetable soups, they can have no fructose, no soy, no wheat, no corn. Please don't fudge here. Most restaurants don't serve vegetable soups that way, so you have to really investigate. Be creative when it comes to snacks, but stay only within the foods approved. Don't venture outside there, but come up with new creative ideas. If you're craving carbohydrates, remember, Gymnema's the herb for you. 1 tablet 3 times per day will remove your desire or overwhelming craving for bread, pasta, candy, cokes, colas, rice, potatoes, things like that. Now, make sure your bowels are moving before you begin the program. If you deal with constipation on a regular basis, go ahead and go to the store, get some Senna tea or Smooth Move tea, and begin that right away. And you want to make sure on the program you're having at least 1 bowel movement per day, up to 3. If you don't, you're going to get poisoned in essence, and you'll become sick. So please remember, make sure your bowels are moving all through the program. Regarding the SP shake, here are a couple suggestions. 1, add 1 or 2 cups of frozen fruit. Now, the frozen fruit makes it real cold and it's like a smoothie, so use frozen fruit. Blueberries, apples, peaches, even a half of a frozen banana is fine in this case. Add a small amount of unsweetened juice. No juice with sugar, fructose, high fructose corn syrup, nothing like that, but unsweetened juice. And then add 2 tiny scoops of stevia to sweeten it up. Stevia really makes it taste sweet. Now, if you want to lose more weight or you have blood sugar problems like diabetes, you may want to try just frozen fruit, a little ice, and then use stevia to sweeten. Remember, stevia is not absorbed and won't disturb your blood sugar. Or you can even try just the vanilla whey protein with ice and stevia and your SP complete. And any of those are excellent, and you may come up with other ideas. Feel free to share them with us as well. Once you start to feel better after day 4 or 5, take time to exercise and sweat, sweat, sweat. The more sweating, the more detoxification, and the greater the weight loss. Life is movement and flow, so get out and start working out as soon as you're able to. Massage. Splurge on yourself in this 21-day program, especially lymphatic massage. And remember, sauna therapy can increase detoxification through sweating. Deep breathing, actually 15-20 minutes before you go to bed, I've heard can actually increase melatonin production by as much as 300%. Magical trick there. Now, sleep, 7 to 8 hours. Please make sure you get at least 7 to 8 hours sleep in this program if possible. You may find your body wants you to shut down more as it's repairing. If that's the case and you have the luxury, please take advantage of that. Colonic therapy, dry skin brushing also amplify detoxification. And remember, water, Water, water. You have to drink at least 64 ounces up to 100 or more ounces of water a day. If you don't drink enough water, you're going to get constipated and get sick. So please do not neglect this. Lots of water. Troubleshooting. If you experience any difficulty, consult the troubleshooting guide on this DVD or contact your doctor. In conclusion, I love this saying by Robert Frost, and I think it fits well here. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Take this memorable road, this 21-day program. Don't quit. Don't cheat. It can change your life. It's an opportunity for you to taste and see how good you can feel again. I look forward to hearing about all your great successes, and I wish you all the best. Take care.